Honor. Good morning. My name is Joe Castrofort. I'm on behalf of Mr. Rafael Delgado Tirado.
All right, let me see if I can get an interpreter.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in today.
Good morning. Thank you. If you could please connect to the headset.
Yes, one moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Defendant can hear the interpreter, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Rafael Delgado Tirado.
Rafael Delgado Tirado.
Sir, you're here in 21 CF 7191 because a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with conspiracy to traffic in cocaine 400 grams or more, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. Counselor, did you wish to be heard on anything with regard to this case?
Your Honor, at this time, the current bond is outside my client's means, and I think outside of the standard bond. We're asking for a reduction to $100,000. She would then be able to post 10% to a bondsman. I did see on the PTR sheet that it showed some sort of prior conviction. In speaking to my client, he indicates that he is a valid concealed weapons holder. I have a picture of that. And I believe that whatever might be on the record, he had completed through some sort of diversion program.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Drop court.
That whatever appears on his record may have been disposed of in some sort of diversion.
Oh, diversion. I'm sorry, it's hard to hear in this room and the masks make it difficult, so thank you. I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying. All right, what says the state? I think that, well, this court does not adhere to any bond schedule. I do think the bond schedule says $250,000 for this amount of cocaine trafficking. However, I'm looking at the criminal history and it doesn't appear to be extensive. I don't see failures to appear or violations of probation. Can the state verify if you have any record of any of those things and if his last conviction was 2018? Thank you.
Your Honor, speaking with the attorney earlier, because there is some reasons to believe that his history wasn't valid, so I pulled it up. His last conviction was November 2nd of 2018 for delivery of heroin, which was in Orange County. And he does have a violation of probation arrest in Orange County on September the 2nd, 2018.
But I didn't see any conviction for that.
Not a conviction, an arrest.
Right, okay. Does the state have any other information?
I don't, Your Honor. State has no objection to reducing it to $100,000. Count one.
All right, based on your attorney's arguments this morning and the fact that the state is not objecting, at this time I'll reduce your bond on count 1 to $100,000. I'll stay count 2 at $150. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Okay, sí.
Okay, yes.
You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers or any co-defendants in this case. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Counselor. Do I have any other Spanish speakers? All right, that's all I need from the interpreter at this time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Jonathan Frye Jr.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7342, charging you with burglary of a dwelling shoot or throw a missile into a dwelling or structure, and criminal mischief less than $200. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Does the state wish to be heard on the bond as issued on the warrant?
No, Your Honor.
I reviewed the affidavit. All right.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I reviewed the affidavit and I was inclined to change it, but based on no argument from the state, I can't leave that. Count 1, your bond is going to be $5,000, but I'll reduce count 2 to $150 and count 3 to $100. With special conditions, you're not allowed to return to the scene of this offense. Do you understand that?
Understood.
You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or any resident in this home. Do you understand that?
Understood, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck,
Understood.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
When it says add-on, means that anything else, and you were charged, but
Please tell me your name. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7367. Another judge has already found probable cause to charge you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. At this time, I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? No. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
no, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Are we pulling their cases?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you. Please tell me your name.
Smith.
Counselor, is this your case?
Sorry, what was?
Flavius Smith.
No, okay. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7328, charging you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? At this time, I'm revoking your bond in 20 CF 8887. Good luck, sir.
Any action on the misdemeanor?
Your Honor, we asked.
Oh, there's another one? I'm revoking that one as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Dan Sean Sands.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7365, charging you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck. Okay. Thank you.
Reeves.
Counselor, if you want to go ahead and put your appearance on record.
Morning, Your Honor. Leroy Costner on behalf of my client Jamal Reeves.
Are you Mr. Reeves? You have to answer out loud.
Oh, yes.
All right, thank you. 21 MM 236, you're here charged with battery domestic violence. Counselor, did you already file an appearance, a notice of appearance?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay.
I did.
All right, did you wish to be heard as to bond on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. I've previously spoken with Assistant State Attorney James Davis, who was going to be the courtroom prosecutor on this. We'd previously agreed to a bond being set, no contact with the victim, Adrian Gordon, no possession of firearms, and no return to the address 2766 Cardesis Drive in Ecoe.
You agreed to no bond?
We agreed to a bond being set.
Oh, I'm sorry.
with-
I
with
thought you
those
said-
conditions.
I thought, all right, that seems an interesting agreement, but if it is one,
Your Honor, state has no objection to a sitting on PTR. He does live out of town, so no objection to allow him to return. He lives in state, just not in town.
Yes, he lives in South Florida.
all right. At this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. And Counselor, can you tell me that one more time?
It was no contact with the victim, Adrian Gordon, Gordon.
I will order no contact with that person.
No possession of firearms.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition.
No return to the address 2766 Cardesis Drive, Cardass, Cardasis Drive.
I will order you're not allowed to return there. Do you understand that? You have to answer.
Oh,
out loud.
yes, yes, sorry.
We're it's being recorded, and the record won't reflect head nods. So I can see that you're nodding your head, but that's why I keep asking.
All right, sorry about that.
I understand. Anything else, Counselor?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state on this?
No, Your Honor.
I will allow him to return home. And I just want to make sure that you understand what no contact means.
I mean, am I allowed to call my kids?
Your Honor, they do have a child in common. I'll discuss with my client what his options are available.
Okay.
Maintaining contact with the child.
So you can't contact that person to talk to your child? No.
I mean, they have iPads.
Okay, so your attorney will talk to you about how to contact your children. Just don't have contact with this victim because that could violate your conditions of release. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, good luck, sir. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Correct. Because his home is in Port St. Lucie. He doesn't live in town. Okay. So he can leave town while on pretrial release. Morning, Counselor. Would you put your appearance on the record, please?
Morning, Your Honor. Alex Pearson for the defendant.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Daniel Lopez.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7199, charging you with trafficking in heroin, 28 grams or more, and conspiracy to traffic in heroin, 28 grams or more, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. Counselor, did you wish to be heard as to anything in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. Myself and the state have come to an agreement. The state would stipulate as to count one bond amount $100,000, as to count two $10,000, and count three would stay where it's currently at.
Why would we do that?
Because this defendant has no criminal history whatsoever. His ties to the community are many. He lives with his mother and his pregnant wife. He has a child. And his work situation is he's been at the same job for 7 years. Sadly, because of this allegation, he's lost that job, but he is willing and able to go get another job immediately. He has no potential for flight risk, no FTAs.
What says the state?
We agree, defense and I spoke prior to the hearing starting.
I do see that you have no criminal history, sir. Based on your attorney's argument and the agreement by the state, I will reduce your bond on count 1 to $100,000. Count 2 to $10,000, and count 3 I'll stay at $150,000. You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers or any co-defendants in this case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're also not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand?
Yes.
Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else, Counselor?
Oh, ma'am, thank you.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Thank you, Counselor.
Have a nice day, Judge.
You as well.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Counselor.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Mark Conan. To my right is Carlos Pena.
Mr. Pena, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7122. Another judge has already found probable cause to charge you with possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, possession of cannabis over 20 grams with intent to sell, possession of cocaine, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. I'll stay your bonds as listed in the warrant. $5,000 on count one, 100 on the subsequent counts. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Judge, just one thing on that.
Yes.
For the record, the state was going to agree to ROR on the misdemeanor counts.
Just to count two, Your Honor. Just RR to count two.
Because,
I'm probably not gonna go forward on it no matter what, Your Honor, on that particular count.
because then he's not entitled to credit on that count.
Okay.
So I can do that, especially if the state's agreeing, and
Yeah,
if they drop it, it won't matter, but otherwise, he's not entitled to credit while he sits.
Understood. I'll take the ROR on that count, please.
You do want me to do that? Okay. I'll release him on his own recognizance as to count two, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And Your Honor, it looks like they put two holds on him, one for DNA, so I have no issue with that. The other one is for a case that you had a first appearance on. It's my understanding that after his arrest on that case, law enforcement must have seized his phone and his vehicle, which is the basis for the case today. So he technically has not committed, he has a new charge, but he's done nothing illegal since his release. They just took the time to get a warrant and issued it on Mr. Pena. So I'd ask that the detainer or the hold be lifted.
So no objection, no action on the out on bond, Your Honor.
I'll take no action on that. You're right, Counselor. Once you pointed that out, I looked at the dates, and what you're saying is correct. So I'll take no action on that case. Anything else?
No, that's it, thanks. That's the only reason why I came out here, because of the hold. I didn't know if they'd catch it.
Right. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, Counselor.
That's all I have. Have a great day.
You as well.
Thank you. Where have you go?
Counsel.
Please tell me your name. I'm sorry, one more time. 21 CF 7350. You're here charged with aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what's his name?
Michael Garner. Felony DV. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Yes,
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
DeAndre Jones.
I couldn't hear that.
DeAndre Jones.
Thank you. The state may inquire.
And yes, Ms. Jones, how do you know Mr. Garner?
He's my boyfriend. Well, he was my boyfriend.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Would you like for him to be allowed to have no hostile or nonviolent contact with you while this case is pending?
Yes.
Do you guys share any children together?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol related to this incident?
No.
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Well, I didn't really feel comfortable this time because they were pushing me to do this, but I told them no.
Okay, and do you know where the firearm that's alleged to have been possessed, and do you know where that firearm is located? Did law enforcement take it?
No, ma'am, I don't remember. I was upset at the time, and I don't remember a firearm.
Do you know if there are any other firearms in your home or where you stay?
No, there's no firearms in the home.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to inquire?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. You can stay right there.
Although based on the victim testimony and as he otherwise does qualify for PTR, we would move for a PTR bond condition.
What says the state?
No objection, Your Honor. We would ask for a bond note as $250 as to count one plus PTR, and then straight PTR on count two.
Sir, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and also require that you post a monetary bond. It'll be $1,000 on count one and $100 on count two. With special conditions, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that through the victim. You understand that? You have to answer out loud. How old is the child?
There's no child.
There is no child, Your Honor.
Oh, there's not?
No, I asked the question, but.
Sorry, for some reason I thought there was. I must be thinking about another case. All right, are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck. Yeah, 100. Yes, on both. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
Carlos Porcal.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7323, charging you with burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery with a firearm, domestic violence, tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, battery, domestic violence, and unlawful discharge of a firearm in a residential area. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. At this time, you'll be held at no bond on count 1, as it's a first-degree felony punishable by life in prison. Your bond on count 2 will be $2,000, count 3 will be $100, and count 4 will be $100. Even while in custody, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
On the other 3 counts, you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You're not allowed to return to this scene for any reason. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're not allowed to have contact with any minor child under the age of 18. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Ricardo Jose Roman Plaza.
21 CF 7352. You're here charged with battery by strangulation, domestic. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Cindy Gonzalez.
You can put your hand down. Thank you. State, you may inquire.
And Ms. Gonzalez, how do you know Mr. Roman Plaza?
We've been together.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Would you like contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Were drugs or alcohol related to this incident?
No.
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Yes.
No further questions.
Defense, do you wish to inquire?
No questions, Your Honor. Based on victim testimony, he also does qualify for PTR. He's had full-time employment and no criminal history to speak of. Your Honor, PTR could be the bond condition.
Does the state object?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather belongings, but you may not coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition.
Excuse me, so.
Yes.
I gotta contact straight the police, right? No contact with her, right?
Right. And if you call the public defender's office, they can also help you with that. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Jamia Cavassier.
21MM251. You're here charged with battery, dating, violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. State have any objection to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Milagros Diaz.
21MM4261, you're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if I may inquire as to why, if she qualifies for pretrial release.
I'm not sure if the interview was completed, because I don't really see any information in our IMS system, besides, I guess, the address that the officer placed in from the arrest affidavit. So I'm not sure if she even completed the interview.
Would there be a chance to complete the interview to see if she does qualify?
Does the state object?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'll order pretrial release if she qualifies. Otherwise, her bond will be $500. With special conditions, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Right. Yes, I do.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You two can't live together. Where did this happen?
I'm sorry?
It was a hotel room.
Yes, it was in a hotel.
Do you have belongings there?
They're with him at the moment, yeah.
In the hotel room, or did he take them?
He took them with him.
Well, right now, you can't have any contact with him. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, good luck.
So just no contact and no weapons and firearms?
Yes. No, they don't have a residence.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Chadwick Glasgow.
21MM4292. You're here charged with violation of a condition of pretrial release on a domestic violence case and resisting an officer without violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Judge, state has no objection to $100 as to count 1, leave count 2 at $500, and no action on the Allen bond.
Why would I take no action on that?
When I read the facts of the case, that it seems like the victim and the defendant, he would have been told to not have contact with the victim. It seemed like they were having a consensual encounter.
I was walking to work, Your Honor.
When the officer approached them, and the officer initiated the contact with law enforcement. Unlike the defendant injuring the victim or doing something to cause harm, they were having a consensual encounter. Your Honor, my other.
They're not allowed to have that.
No, I'm not saying he was correct, Your Honor. I'm saying.
Right, it's a violation of a court order.
Totally agree, Your Honor, but that's the reason why I asked the bond conditions as I did.
What are reasonable conditions of bond this court can place on your client that he'll comply with, given the fact that he's here for not complying with court orders, counselor?
The defense counsel, Your Honor?
Yes.
They have a couple conditions you can order. You can order a curfew. You can order the defendant to relinquish any and all weapons. You can require the defendant meet with PTR supervisor, keep a schedule where they'll be at all different times during the day. I believe those could be sufficient in keeping the injunction in place and followed. I would also, if you would consider a lower monetary bond, as I spoke with Mr. Glasgow in the back, and he doesn't have any money to his name and no one to come and help monetarily, so if you would consider a lower monetary bond on count 2 as well.
I'm currently considering revoking his bond.
I understand.
Who's the victim of the battery in the out on bond case? Can the state tell me?
Is that Ms. Sherian? Malcolm Sherian, I believe.
It's who?
May I have a moment? I believe so. I believe the same person that was in this particular case.
Okay. Thank you. Malcolm Sherian?
Yes, Your Honor. When I looked at it previously, it was the same victim. From the
Yeah, it says that in the PCI. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's willfully violating court orders. Then when given the lawful order to stop, he runs. I don't know why any bond condition this court places on him today, he'll comply with, given these facts.
Your Honor, I read the affidavit as well as spoke to Mr. Glasgow. I believe it was a good faith mistake onto the, as to the contact. And I believe just reasserting and re-emphasizing the terms of the no contact order would be sufficient, as well as the monetary bond that you will set.
I want to move him back. Let's bring him back at the end of the docket, because at this time, I'm still inclined to revoke it. We'll bring you back, sir. Please tell me your name.
Felipe Henderson.
21MM125. You're here charged with battery. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Kara Rentz.
State you may inquire.
Ms. Rentz, how do you know Mr. Henderson?
He's my husband.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Would you like for him to be allowed to have no hostile or nonviolent contact with you while this case is pending?
No.
You don't want contact with him?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Were drugs or alcohol related to this incident?
No.
Has anything that's happened in the past?
No.
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Yes.
No further questions.
Defense?
No questions, Your Honor. I would like to inquire about a PTR qualification.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You can stay right there. Do you know why he doesn't qualify, Rebecca?
He could qualify, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release if you qualify. Otherwise, your bond will be $500. Either way, the special conditions are you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that with her. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll also order that you're not allowed to have contact with any of the witnesses in this case.
Your Honor, can we go ahead and do straight PTR? Just straight PTR.
I mean, I did.
Well, you bond or PTR, just place him.
It's not bond or PTR. It's pretrial release if he qualifies, and if he doesn't, then I've left a bond. It's not an option.
Are you saying he does qualify for PTR?
I mean, he could qualify. She could just go ahead and place him on PTR.
Yeah.
So here's the problem.
Yes.
Recently, we've had defendants that we've had to bring back because in court they tell me they're going to qualify for pretrial release, and then later downstairs says, no, they don't qualify, so you have to bring the defendant back. So,
In reference to the mental health PTR and PTR,
right?
when they don't qualify for mental health PTR, mental health advises us they wouldn't be a good candidate for PTR either. That's where we get that from.
But you're saying in this case, that's definitely not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen, Your Honor.
We know who to look at if it does.
Well, she's only one person. There's a whole department. That's the problem. So are you going to personally make sure that he qualifies?
Yes, ma'am. She will. She's a great person.
What I'm trying to
You
do
won't have any problems, Your Honor.
is save all the heartache because this keeps being a problem.
Understand, Judge.
All right, I'm going to place him on pretrial release. If he comes back, Rebecca,
He's not.
Gotcha.
we'll talk. All right, so you got that?
Yes, Judge.
Same special conditions.
Oh, that's PTR, sorry.
And was there anything else the state requests?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. You understand, still no contact.
Time out.
I ordered you, you cannot have contact with her.
Understood.
Okay, all right. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you for coming. Good luck, sir. Sorry. Please tell me your name.
Stefan Henry.
21MM4279. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Why doesn't he qualify?
I guess lack of information he provided.
Ah. All right, your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. But you can't coordinate that with the victim, you understand?
Understood.
All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Antonio Hickson.
21 4285. You're here charged with battery, dating, violence. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'm ordering that you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Any other conditions the state would request?
Mayor? No, Your Honor, but what was the bond?
500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Calm down.
Please tell me your name.
Demetrius Hunter.
21 4284. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Your Honor, as to the out on bond case, I believe as it's a nonviolent possession charge, I would suggest just a higher monetary bond on the out on bond case.
No objection to, no action. I believe he was arrested in April. We've still not made a charging decision. We're waiting on information from law enforcement.
No objection to that, Your Honor.
I'm inclined to revoke it.
Even if setting a high monetary bond, Your Honor? I don't believe the two charges are related.
You can't commit new law violations when you're out on bond.
I understand, Your Honor, but I feel the higher monetary bond will make that message clear to our client.
One question, I don't know how long he was in custody on the out on bond. If it's getting close to the 33-day motion time, then they would just file it and then he'd be out, because we've not made a decision. We've not filed one. We've had time, but we've not made that decision.
He was in custody for 1 day.
Oh, it was only 1 day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If this information's correct. Mhm. Does the state know when he was in DOC?
Ms. Rebecca, do you know?
Was that for the robbery with a firearm?
Ms. Rebecca's gonna tag in on this one, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
Rebecca's gonna tag in on this one. I don't know.
I don't have that, so I didn't know if you knew.
2007.
You said, what was the question you wanted to know? When did he go to DOC?
Or when was he released?
Yes, he was released September 4th, 2011 for the robbery and grand theft firearm. He was sentenced November 19th of 2007, so he spent about 4 years.
While out on bond for committing a felony, he was arrested for committing a fairly violent misdemeanor.
Again, I
I'm inclined to revoke it.
the information hasn't been filed on that out on bond case either, Your Honor.
Right, but it's while you're out on bond, you can't get arrested for a new law violation. So I still don't see a good reason not to revoke that. That's what I need. At this time, I'm revoking your bond. Good luck, sir. On the out on bond case? Yes. Yes. Mr. Brantz, I'm appointing your office to represent him in the out on bond case. For some reason, he doesn't have an attorney on that. Maybe he bonded out before. Yeah. Please tell me your name.
Daniel Judah. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. 21 4283. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You're not allowed to possess or consume alcoholic beverages. Did you two live in the same place?
Yeah, he's letting me stay there for the time being, but I do have somewhere that I can stay.
All right, I'm ordering that you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow you to return one time with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you don't coordinate that with him because you can't have contact with him. You understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Richard Walthour.
21 4293. You're here charged with violation of a domestic violence injunction and violation of condition of pretrial release on a domestic violence case. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
They request that the out on bond be revoked as well, Your Honor.
I'm going to do that.
He is entitled to a reasonable bond on the current charges, Your Honor, even if you are to revoke the out on bond case.
Well, Counselor, that's the situation we find ourselves in again, isn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court is in the position that I have to balance the rights of the accused with protecting the safety of the victim as well as the citizenry.
I understand. I believe you'll achieve that with revoking the out on bond. However, as to the legal issue of setting no bond on the current charges, there are a combination of bond conditions that you can set. You can order a curfew for the defendant. You can order the defendant to relinquish any and all weapons. You can order the defendant to meet with pretrial supervisor to keep a schedule of where they will be. If you are to hold them at no bond on the current charges, the state attorney has to file a pretrial detention motion and have a hearing on that five days after the filing of the motion. It can't be done orally, Your Honor.
The state filing a motion for pretrial detention? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's the only way that you would be able to hold them on no bond on the current charges.
What statute says that, counselor?
Florida Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.132A.
Do you have it with you?
The
Can you repeat it one more time for the state? Sorry.
Criminal Procedure 3.132, subsection A. I can bring it up on my laptop, Your Honor, if you would like that. I don't have a printed copy with me.
I'm sorry, I was trying to find the rule book, but it's right here. Tell me once more.
3.132, subsection A. Signed, must file a pretrial detention motion signed by the state attorney or an assistant, setting forth with particularity the grounds and the essential facts on which pretrial detention is sought, and certifying that the state attorney has received testimony under oath supporting the grounds and the essential facts of the motion. Again, that's on the current charge, Your Honor. If you revoke the out-on-bond case, they will be held regardless, which will avert any muddy legal issues. Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, please.
Just A. No, just give her. You're welcome.
Yes. Okay, hold on one second. Just stay right there, because I'm reading that, and then that sent me back to the statute, so I'm in the statute. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me read this. Yeah. Because I was reading that, and then it sent me to the statute. Okay, so I read that. Yes. Now go back to Florida statute 907041. sub 4, sub C, sub 1. 907, 04, 1. Pretrial detention and release. The court may order pretrial detention if it finds a substantial probability based on a defendant's past and present patterns of behavior, the criteria in 903046, and other relevant factors that any of the following circumstances exist. Sub 1, the defendant has previously violated conditions of release and that no further conditions of release are reasonably likely to assure the defendant's appearance at subsequent proceedings. So for a defendant who's charged with twice violating conditions of pretrial release, the statute clearly says that the court may order pretrial detention. Yes? No, the court's findings. So if I find there are no reasonable conditions of bond that I can place on your client with which your client will comply, the Florida statute says the court may order pretrial detention. That's correct. I can find that those conditions are not reasonable, counselor. The statute clearly states that. So unless there's some ambiguity in there that I'm not seeing, this court absolutely can hold your client at no bond for violating conditions of pretrial release twice. The statute is clear. You can object, but the law is clear. That's what we're looking at as the law, not anything else. Thank you.
No problem.
So what we have here is a charge of violation of a domestic violence injunction for someone who's been on pretrial release for violating a domestic violence injunction. There is clearly a pattern of behavior that demonstrates to this court that there are no reasonable bond conditions this court can place on you with which you will comply. Unless you have any new information, counselor, at this time I'm revoking his bond. As to the new case, while I think the court clearly has made findings that your client is not entitled to bond, I will set bond in the new case at $5,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. Sir, you understand you cannot have any contact and you can't return back to that residence. You understand that? All previously ordered injunctions and conditions still apply. Yes, okay. Thank you. Please tell me your name.
George Jr. Adorno.
Just a moment. (21 CF 7357). Oh, thank you, sir. You're here charged with driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. There is probable cause. Your bond is $2,500, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
No objection, no action on the Allen bond case, Your Honor.
I see that. I'm not going to take any action on that. Good luck, sir. I'm not revoking your bond at this time.
Thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
You told me to ask you. I was supposed to be at the downtown courthouse today at 7:30. And they told me to address it to you because I wasn't going to be able to make it because I had to come to this one.
I'm assuming it's for the out on bond.
But the out on bond says it's Osceola County.
He was arrested. in Ross-
Oh, he was arrested, but it's, okay, I see. Because I thought, well, it's an Osceola County case, I'm not gonna. Okay. No action, yeah.
I don't see for the out, that case, I don't see a new date. I don't know, Denise, did you see one in the system?
Do you know what that charge is in that case, sir?
It's a petty theft. Oh.
No, I'm saying maybe he has another case.
No, that was.
It's petty theft?
It was in Osceola, Your Honor.
It's not, it's actually Orange County, but he was arrested in Osceola. There's nothing I can do with that case right now today, but here's what you need to do. Make sure that you call that number and make sure your attorney knows that you are here today. Yes. Because if you fail to appear for court and that judge issues a capias to have you arrested, it's because they don't know that you were in jail today. So make sure your attorney knows that so they can deal with that so that there's not a warrant issued for your arrest today.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck, sir.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning. Just a moment. Please tell me your name.
Sheriel Agosto.
I just have a moment to confer with our client real quick. She had something.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, got it.
Hello, Your Honor.
We're ready, Your Honor.
All right, good morning. You're here because a capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 9013, charging you with grand theft. The bond authorized is $2,500. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim, return to the scene. You can't possess alcohol, illegal drugs, or controlled substances without a valid prescription. Do you understand? I'm sorry, Mr. Brantz, did you want to say something? Oh, no, that was B.
As to the out on bond case.
I can't determine the dates based on this capia, so at this time, I'm going to take no action.
She had some dates prepared for me to argue.
Okay.
But if you take no action, it's moot.
Because of the way the capias is issued, I don't have enough information to know that she committed a new law violation while out on bond, so at this time, I'll take no action.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, good luck. That's a hint too. I know previously I've discussed that with Ms. George, but if you look at the dates, that's the easiest thing for me to know not to do it, because clearly if they weren't out on bond when they committed the new violation, there's no reason to revoke it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think we had the discussion before you came. It wasn't keeping you out of
I
it.
do try to do that.
Yeah, it's an easy way to.
As diligently as I can.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Damon Chenault.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 12179 for failing to appear for a pretrial conference on charges of possession of methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. The bond authorized is $1,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you if they weren't previously. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 7348, you're here charged with possession of cocaine. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000.
He does otherwise qualify for PTO, Your Honor.
I just saw that.
No objection to PTR, Your Honor.
He is employed full-time, Your Honor.
Where do you work?
I was working at SGL for a week, like SGL.
I don't know what that is.
It's a construction company.
Oh, construction, you do construction? All right, with no objection from the state, I'm gonna place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription, and you'll be subject to random drug screens. You understand that?
I can't just burn that.
You wanna post a monetary bond?
Yeah, I want a regular burn. I don't PTR. I don't want to do that, man.
Why don't you wanna do that?
It's like I just don't want to, man. That just ain't because I did house arrest 6 years ago, and I don't know complete that. I don't. It's like that's my me like.
All right, so I respect that you know your limits. This isn't like house arrest. You'll still be able to go to work and do other things.
Oh, okay.
It just means you don't have to post a monetary bond.
But okay, if I don't do this, okay.
So,
Regular bond.
but you understand I'm still gonna order that you can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription, right? You're out on bond, you can't, if you get arrested again for cocaine, someone is likely to revoke your bond. So you can't, no matter what, whether you post a monetary bond or you're on pretrial release, you still can't have any drugs in your possession. You understand that?
I have no drugs for possession. I'm just saying, I just don't. I just rather got out a regular bond. So mama, that's what she want me to do.
All right. I'll stay your bond at $1,000. Same conditions, though. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you live at this location where the search warrant was executed?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna order that you don't go back there. Do you know where it is? It's probably in your best interest anyway not to go back there. You understand that?
No.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 7341, you're here charged with driving while license suspended as a habitual offender. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $2,500. In 21 CF 7343, you're charged with possession of MDMA and resisting an officer without violence. There is also probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. I'll stay your bond at $1,000 on count one, $100 on count two.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the no action on the out on bond. It was a 4-3 arrest. We've still not made a charging decision. We asked for information from law enforcement.
Okay, hold on. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there someone else in the car? Maybe I'm thinking of another case. All right. So why do you not want me to revoke that?
It was a 4-3 arrest, so we've had 2 months. We've not made a charging decision. When I looked the case up, it said that we had asked for information from law enforcement, and we had not received it back.
It's trafficking in MDMA, and this is possession of MDMA.
Understand, Your Honor. However, we just haven't got information back, so it's been 2 months, and we're still not made a charging decision. I don't know what the facts are of the trafficking in the Alabama case, Your Honor.
I don't either,
Can I have 1 moment?
but it's the same drug.
It is the same drug, Your Honor. So if that was a simple possession versus trafficking, then it's very different. That's why I don't know.
I'm still inclined to revoke it,
I understand, that was just the state.
but
You can set
what
a
else you come
different
up with?
You can set a different monetary bond, Your Honor, to hammer home the point that there can be no more new law violations while out on bond, as coupled with the argument that the state made about the,
Looks like we received it on 4-3, then we requested information on 4-6, then we requested more information on 5-5, and I see no notes in our system from 5-5 on. Besides, we're awaiting information. And it looks like we're waiting more on the duelist information than even the trafficking information. So I don't even know if we're gonna file on the trafficking.
All right, based on what the state said, I'll not revoke your bond. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Febres.
One more time.
Michael Febres.
All right, a warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7201, charging you with conspiracy to traffic in heroin, 28 grams or more, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $150,000 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand that? You can't have contact with any known drug dealers or any co-defendants in this case. Do you understand? Do you understand? All right, good luck.
Dennis Fernandez's behavior, Your Honor.
21 CF 7355. I find his behavior a willing waiver of his appearance today. I'm going to appoint your office, Mr. Brands. There's probable cause.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right. I'm just going to stay the bond. $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. No contact with the co-defendant, with any drug dealers, not possess or consume controlled substance without a valid prescription.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Jose Flores.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 2012 CF 16072, charging you with DUI manslaughter, vehicular homicide, and driving while license suspended with death or serious bodily injury. The bond authorized on that is $10,000 on count 1, $2,000 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, he does have an immigration hold.
Oh, you have an immigration hold? Oh, I see that now.
We'd also ask for no contact with the victim's family or witnesses.
I will order that you're not allowed to have contact with the victim's family, any witness in the case. You're also not allowed to possess or consume alcoholic beverages or any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I think you had a question. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck. Please tell me your name. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7320, charging you with first-degree murder with a firearm. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. At this time, you'll be held at no bond on this charge. However, even while in custody, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim's family. Do you understand that?
That's my family.
You can't have any contact with them at this time. Do you understand?
Part of my family, though. Can I talk to my wife and my brother?
Just a moment. What's your wife's name?
Monica?
Did you read this affidavit?
Yes, my co-counsel here did read the affidavit.
All right. I'm inclined to not order the no contact
No objection. Yes,
based on these facts.
yes, understand, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to allow you to have contact with your wife.
He's also entitled to a full Arthur hearing downtown as
He
to bond
is.
status, Your Honor.
So I'm just striking from the order, no contact with the victim's family.
So I could talk to my wife.
Yes. Good luck, sir. You as well. Sorry, I had to change that once I read it. Oh, you got it. Good job. I mean, reread it. It's been 2 hours since I read it. Please tell me your name.
Michael Gandula Figueroa.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7195, charging you with conspiracy to traffic in cocaine 400 grams or more, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Another judge has already found probable cause. Your bond is $250,000 on count 1 and $150,000 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess any controlled substance without a valid prescription, have contact with any known drug dealers, or any co-defendants in this case. Good luck, sir.
Yossi George is downtown court, Your Honor.
So that means he has other cases? And he's downtown seeing another judge? Interesting. Can you tell me if he has a public defender? And whatever, we don't know what else he has.
May I have a moment?
Well, that's really interesting.
It may not be a criminal, it may be a civil matter of some sort.
They would transport him for a civil hearing?
It could be like a child support or something like that.
Oh.
Unrelated, yeah. I don't see anything else in our system, but.
All right, so, Mr. Brands, I think we have 3 options.
We would, I would waive the appearance as there's a bond amount already on the warrant.
Okay, we can do it that way I'll appoint you, if that's what you want to do.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. In 21 CF 7332, I'm appointing the public defender's office.
We waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, I'll stay the bonds, 500,000 on count 1, 250,000 on count 2. No contact with any co-defendant. All right, thank you. Or victim, no contact with any victim. Please tell me your name.
Marcus Green, ma'am. Marcus Dwayne Green.
Good morning. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 5483, charging you with grand theft from a construction site. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. I'll stay your bond at $25,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Oh, Terrence Hester.
One more time.
Terrence Hester.
21 CF 7360. You're here charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $15,000. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did law enforcement confiscate the weapon? I'm going to order that you must surrender the firearm to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not allowed to possess you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Philip Holmes.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 11971 for failing to appear for a status hearing on a charge of possession of utilone. The bond amount is $500. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Stephen Howard.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 3028 for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of possession of amphetamine. There's no bond authorized on the capias. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Deontay Charles Jackson.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7369, charging you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. Another judge has already found probable cause. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know who the victims or co-defendants is, ma'am. I don't know if I have any victims or co-defendants.
So you're gonna have to get that information from your attorney because of it's a 600-page affidavit. I don't have it. All right. Do we have a list of the co-defendants?
State is not here. I believe this is a statewide case, not a.
Oh. Because I think there's co-defendants. Okay. So they'll try while you're here to make sure that none of you are together. So, but I can't give you the names right now. I don't have a list. Call your attorney. All right, good luck, sir. Oh, I signed that. Please tell me your name. A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7370, charging you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. Another judge has already found probable cause. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. You're not allowed to have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Did I appoint the attorney? I'm appointing an attorney to represent you as well. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
McCoy Marcus.
21 CF 7358. You're here charged with burglary of an occupied dwelling and grand theft. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $2,500 on count 2. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're You're not allowed to return to this scene for any reason. Any other conditions the state would request? Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Morgan.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7371, charging you with racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2, and I'm sorry, count 3 is possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Your bond on that will be $10,000. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You can't have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in this case. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good luck, sir. No.
Hello, ma'am.
Kept them the same. Okay. Please tell me your name.
Alan Peterson.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 19 CF 14599 for failing to appear for a trial management conference on charges of petty theft with 2 prior convictions and resisting merchandise recovery. Your bond is $2,500 on count 1, $500 on count 2. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you if they weren't previously. In 19 CF 14600, a capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a plea hearing on a charge of driving while license revoked as a habitual offender. The bond authorized on that capias is $3,500. Again, I'll appoint an attorney if one wasn't previously. In 20 CF 8209, a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with petty theft with 2 prior convictions. The bond authorized is $1,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in that case as well.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, good luck, sir. Wait. Who? I don't even have that.
Robert Pullins. Somebody that was on the other side of the stack. We just have this. Okay, so Thursday motion.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Yes, Your Honor. Robert Pullins.
A capias was issued for your arrest in 19 CF 10615 for failing to appear for a plea hearing on a charge of grand theft. There's no bond authorized on this capias, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, he would like the court to know the circumstances. I advised him, of course, that you wouldn't be inclined to change the bond amount on the warrant. But
I can't because it's a capias.
that,
So,
Your Honor, I've been out in Lake.
Hold on, before you say anything else, sir, I want to make sure you understand that everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you still want to talk?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Ma'am, I've been out in Lake County, taking care of my dying parents. The only thing that this date was set for was for me to come out and plead guilty to a time served. It was a case that amounted to shoplifting, not to get into the details of that. I just could not get out here. I thought that it might make a difference. It's the only thing that I was to come out here for was to receive a time served sentence.
The capias was issued for failing to appear for a plea hearing, so what you're saying sounds right to me, but because it's a capias, I can't change it. What you'll have to do is have that conversation with the judge who issued the capias.
Yes, Your Honor.
So call your attorney as soon as you can. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Felipe Rodriguez, LTR.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21 CF 7202, charging you with trafficking in heroin 28 grams or more, conspiracy to traffic in heroin 28 grams or more, trafficking in cocaine 28 grams or more, conspiracy to traffic in cocaine 28 grams or more, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1 and count 2, $50,000 on count 3 and count 4, and $150 on count 5. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, good luck, sir.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, Mr. Gautier is inquiring about a bond reduction as to the attainability of that bond amount. I know it was set in the warrant, but you can't alter a warrant amount. If you would consider lowering the bond to make it more attainable for this client.
What says the state?
No objection, Your Honor, to lowering it. Treating counts 2, 4 as a subsidiary at 150, and 150 is the state's recommendation, and then reducing count 3 in half, 25,000.
Can the state advise for what he is on felony probation? What's the charge? And does he have a hold for that? Is there a warrant pending? A violation of probation?
No, Your Honor. And it has it right here at on the face sheet is for burglary of unoccupied structure, grand theft, possession of credited debit card, willful fleeing and eluding out of both Seminole and Orange County. Probation.
So if he's on probation, wouldn't there be a violation of probation warrant issued? Most likely.
Most likely there's no hold because he's not a VFOSC. He's not a violent felony offender of special concern.
But they'll still issue a warrant.
Yes, but we don't have a hold on him.
Okay, I see. Okay, so Mr. Brands, I am still considering your motion, but it looks like your client is currently on state probation, so a violation of probation warrant is probably pending, and that will come with no bond. So I want to be sure that he understands that, and if you can explain to him, even if he posts this bond, if in the meantime the warrant is issued or shortly thereafter, he's coming right back and being held at no bond.
Yes, Your Honor, just a moment. He does understand that, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, I'll reduce the bond on count 2 to $150 and count 4 to $150 with all of the same conditions. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I have Levi Simon bonded. (21 CF 7366), I find his refusal to come to court a willing waiver of his appearance here today. The warrant is for racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. I'll appoint the public defender's office. I'll stay his bond at $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. No contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant.
Your Honor, if you may, double check to see which, because the next client, we can't represent both of them, so I don't know if someone else, if they have private counsel. We can be appointed to the current charges, I believe. But because the next defendant also has the same charges, just keep in mind we can't represent them both.
I know, but I have to appoint you, and then you guys conflict off the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
But I've appointed you on a dozen co-defendants today. I know you'll have to conflict off, I just don't know which case you'll choose.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. I just know these next two.
All right.
We've seen them before.
All right, I find his refusal a willing waiver of his appearance today, and 21 CF 7368. The warrant is for racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. I'll stay the bonds, $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2. I will appoint the public defender's office, knowing you'll have to conflict off of one of the cases. No contact with victim, witness, or co-defendants. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 7349. You're here charged with trafficking and oxycodone, greater than 14 but less than 28 grams, possession of alprazolam with intent to sell, possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, possession of cocaine with intent to sell, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, due to her employment status and presumably the unattainable bond amount on the first charge, if you would consider the counts 2 through 5 as subsidiary.
What says the state?
No objection, Your Honor. I don't mind losing count 1, the trafficking, to 100,000, oxy.
No argument, Your Honor. Thank you, State.
The possession of cocaine with 150, count 4, I guess to 150. Count 5 to 100. leave counts 2 and 3.
All right, I'll do that. I'll reduce count 1 to $100,000. Count 2, 3, and 4 will be $150, and count 5 will be $100. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand that? You have to answer out loud. You also can't have contact with any known drug dealers. Good luck, ma'am. Yes. Please tell me your name.
Anthony Tyrone Williams.
21 CF 7338, a warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with racketeering, conspiracy to commit racketeering, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500,000 on count 1, $250,000 on count 2, $10,000 on count 3. You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't have contact with any victim, witness, or co-defendant in the case. At this time, I'm revoking your bond in 2019 CF 2917.
What,
Look, sir.
I can ask you what bond did you revoke?
So you, in this case that you're charged with, possession of a firearm by a convicted delinquent, a possession of ammunition by a convicted delinquent, it's from 2019.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm revoking that bond. Also, counselor, I think he's on probation.
Can I say something?
You can say anything you want, but everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. I want to make sure you understand that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I was trying to say, Your Honor, the bond that I was out on bond for, it was it got I think I just was talking to my lawyer and he was telling me it got dropped, like the charges got dropped, the state attorney.
Let me ask the state if you can verify that.
That's the Allen bond case?
Is that what he's on probation for? So the clerk has it as a VOP, it's set for a VOP status.
Correct. I have a VOP 628, status 628, no, a plea, yeah.
So was a warrant issued on that? Not for this. Can you print it? All right. The clerk's gonna print something for me to look at.
You have a 5-5 affidavit.
What's the detainer, Rebecca?
The, out on bond case.
Yeah, violation 5 by picking up a new law offense of possession of less than 20 grams, excuse me. And then looks like a
Thank you.
condition 7 of obviously using the drug.
Oh, it's for this, for the RICO case. So has that warrant been served on him?
No, Your Honor.
What warrant, Your Honor?
So you're gonna be served with a warrant for violating your probation. Some of the allegations, so as the state said, it's for possession of cannabis under 20 grams. You were arrested for that in Orange County on May 4th, 2021.
Yeah.
Then by that same one, and then by committing this offense that I just told you about, the racketeering case, that's in the warrant for your violation of probation.
My when I got arrested, I was at my probation office, and she was telling me I wasn't going to get a VOP for that because this case been going on before I was on probation. So it wasn't. That why she didn't violate me.
It's in there. So that's in the affidavit for the violation of probation. So I think a warrant will be served on you soon. But since it's a violation of probation, I'm not gonna revoke bond on that, but I think you're gonna be served with a warrant, so, and typically that has no bond.
So on here, I still got 0 bond on this right here.
No, I'm not revoking that,
All right, thank you.
but I just wanna make sure you understand, if a violation of probation warrant is issued and it has no bond, you can't bond out. So even if you post the bond in the racketeering case, you're not going to get out of jail.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. It was very helpful. Is this Mr. Glasgow?
Yes, ma'am.
21 MM 4292. Did the state file an information in the battery case?
We have 1 moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, Your Honor. Doesn't seem like we are.
Like they're not going to file it?
Correct.
Do you have what I started on this case? Did you write anything?
No, I stopped writing. I just appointed a public defender.
Did I set bond in the new case already? No. All right, your bond will be $500 on count 1, $500 on count 2. You understand that you have to comply with all previous court orders. The injunction is still in place. You can't have contact with the victim. You understand that? I can't hear you.
I said, yes, ma'am.
So you understand that if the police see you walking down the street talking to him again and they arrest you and you come back and see me, I will remember that you're violating this court's order. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to take no action on the out on bond case. Good luck, sir. Any other matters before court is in recess?
No, Your Honor. Is there?
Court's going to accept the denial, 7-4, VOP status in Division 85.
VOP status, July 23rd at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Mary Doyle?
Ms. Doyle, you were here for arraignment in 2021 MM 3265 AO on charge of trespassing an occupied structure with refusal to leave. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You're represented by the Public Defender's Office. What plea you want to enter on behalf of your client, Mr. Brands?
Enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Was the case not resolvable today?
I don't have an offer from the state, Your Honor. The only offers I got were.
Ms.
Mr. Day emailed the offers yesterday. The offer is adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, cost of investigation of $32 to OPD, no return.
Can you repeat the offer, please state?
It's adjudication of guilt, credit for time served. This court cost of prosecution amount of $273, $50 public defender application fee, $50 public defender lien. State's requesting that I impose a $32 cost of investigation to the Orlando Police Department. All right, Mr. Brantz, let you step back. Can we bring Mr. Hitchcock while you talk to Ms.
I believe she's ready to enter a plea, Your Honor. I talked to her briefly about the,
But I need her to have a chance to read the plea forms. That's why.
Read the plea
Did she have a plea form beforehand or just now?
just now, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna have to step back and take a read of that. And did you talk to any of the defendants you had for arraignment today?
Well, I had arraignments for, I guess, different clients, but the arraignments that I got yesterday,
2 separate emails.
oh, it was 2 separate
One
emails,
at
okay.
6:24 and one at 6:33.
All right.
That's why.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Timothy Hitchcock.
Mr. Hitchcock, you are here in case 2021 MM 3163 AO on a charge of trespass on property trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. That is a first degree misdemeanor, is punishable by 60 days in the, 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You're represented by the public defender's office. What was the offer in this case?
Adjudication, credit for time served, no return, cost investigation of $101.36 to OPD.
All right. Mr. Brands, what your client want to do today?
I believe he wants to read through the plea form before deciding to enter a plea.
All right, step back, Mr. Hitchcock. Ms. Doyle, step up. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name one more time?
Doyle.
Ms. Doyle, you're here in case 2021 MM 3265 AO on a charge of trespass on property. Trespass in an occupied structure, refusal to leave. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down. Ma'am, that charge you're facing is a first degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Mr. Brands, what plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
Enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
Ma'am, do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights listed on that plea form that you went over there?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Just medication.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes.
What is that mental health illness?
Bipolar.
Is that a medication you're taking?
Yes.
Is that medication helping you understand the world around you?
Yes.
Do you have any belief that you're not understanding? Are you suffering from any symptoms of your bipolar depression right now?
No.
All right. Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Did the party stipulate to a factual basis?
For the purposes of this plea, Your Honor, yes.
Based on that stipulation, the court's going to find a factual basis. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 40 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 40 days credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in this case of $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. There's also $32 to the Orlando Police Department. We'll combine all those costs for payment. I'm gonna give you 2 years from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, ma'am.
Hey, you too. Hey, you too.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell me your name one more time.
Timothy Hitchcock.
Mr. Hitchcock, you're here in case 2021 MM 3163 AO on charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. You're represented by the public defender's office. Mr. Brands, what plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
No contest, Your Honor.
Mr. Hitchcock, you raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You put your hand down. Sir, the charge you're facing in case 2021 MM3163 AO is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that? You understand by entering a plea of no contest in this case, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that you went over.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Medication.
What's that medication?
Celexa.
All right. Does that medication affect your ability to think and understand what's going on around you?
No, not really.
All right. Have you or now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes.
What is that mental health illness?
Schizoaffective.
Are you suffering from the symptoms of your schizoaffective disorder?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea? You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation. Does the party stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
For the purposes of this plea, Your Honor, yes.
Based on that stipulation, the court's going to find a factual basis. I accept your plea of no contest, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for 30 days in the county jail with 30 days credit time served. The court costs and costs of prosecution are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and $50 public defender lien. There's also $101.36 to Orlando Police Department and cost of investigation. I'll give you 3 years from today's date to pay all that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. I had Humana's next. I had Ryan. Okay. 1 second.
Oh.
Yeah, he already waived his arraignment. All right, I have Brian Jimenez, 2021 MM4185 AO, and you say he's in medical? All right. He's represented by the public defender's office. You want to waive his arraignment in this case?
We'll waive the appearance, yes, Your Honor.
Except you enter a plea of not guilty?
We'll enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
I accept his plea. Accept your plea of not guilty and set him for Division 61.
Pretrial conference, July 30th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 6B.
All right, this case 2021 MM3743 AO. You're represented by the public defender's office. You want to waive his arraignment?
Waive the appearance and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, you're going to set him for Division 63.
Pretrial conference, July 22nd at 1 o'clock, courtroom 12C.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM3323 AO on charge of criminal mischief. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You're represented by the public defender's office. Mr. Branch, what plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
We'll enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor. Or, excuse me, not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea of not guilty in this case. I'm going to set you for a pretrial conference in Division 81.
July 16th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
All right, have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gary Lee Huday.
Sir, you're here in two matters. The first one is 2021 CF 7262 AO on charge of grand theft motor vehicle, possession of controlled substance, and petty theft. You're also here in 2021 CF 7282 AO on charge of reckless driving, attaching a tag to license plate to a vehicle not assigned, leaving the scene of a crash with injuries, and driving license suspended as a third or subsequent offender. State, this is a reset for probable cause determination. Were you able to obtain any further information in these cases?
This is Mr. Hootie.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have an argument that these affidavits I'm looking at are sufficient?
We got an email yesterday from FHP. they, assess their charges using a charge book. But didn't provide, double check.
Is there anything other than just,
Yes, they provided another statement, I'm printing it.
okay,
As soon as-
all right. Mr. Hootie, I'm gonna have you step back for a second. When I say Prince has out, and he has to share that with the public defender, your attorney, and we'll keep on going while that's happening.
See it. This is what they, Gonna really approach?
Yep. We gotta share it, well, Mr. Brands has to share it, but somebody can cart you up here if you need to. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Allie Crittenden.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM4286AO on charge of trespass on property after warning and resisting officer without violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State was an offer extended to this defendant.
And what was her name?
Kelly, is it Crittenden, right?
Crittenden.
Crittenden.
Your Honor, there was an offer. I did speak with Ms. Crittenden in the back, and we would just like to have a bond posted. She does otherwise qualify for PTR, a very slim criminal history. So I would ask for PTR in this case.
All right.
As she otherwise does qualify.
And the offer's time served, Your Honor.
Yep. All right, ma'am, you understand the offer is an adjudication or withhold?
Adjudication.
All right, office adjudication, guilt, credit, time served. Just want to make sure you're rejecting that offer right now.
I believe she understands, Your Honor. She would still just like the
right.
bond condition.
All right, ma'am, I want to place you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release that you not return to the scene of this location. You have no contact with any victims or witnesses from this case. Say any other conditions you want me to set?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, we'll appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna grab Mr. Hootie. Okay, so it seems I have might need. Okay. All right, State. Am I missing something? Was there a possession charge somewhere in there? Oh, it was also a small baggie, possible methamphetamine. Only other question, the driving license suspended charge.
No, there's an ROR to that charge.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Hootie, the court did receive information on your two cases, 2021 CF 7262 AO and 2021 CF 7282 AO. The court found, and 2021 CF 7262 AO. The court did find probable cause for your arrest as to grand theft motor vehicle, possession of controlled substance, and petty theft.
Your Honor, I wonder.
Want to say again? Sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if he would qualify for PTR. It says they didn't, I don't think they completed an interview with him, or it was,
No.
wouldn't
Yeah, looks like they
qualify.
completed an interview with him.
As far as my argument for bond, Your Honor, I would keep the monetary bond low. He has spoken to me about entering a rehab program on his own accord if released. So I would have you consider that in your determination.
All right. As to count one, grand theft motor vehicle, the court's going to set that bond amount of $2,500. Count two, I'm going to set the bond at $150, and count three, going to set the bond at $100. Condition your bond that you had no contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not operating a motor vehicle while a valid driver's license. In 2021 CF 7282 AO, court receiving new information did find probable cause for your arrest as a charge of reckless driving. Going to set that bond amount of $1,000. Attaching a tag, if they found probable cause, $100, and going to stay your bond at count three in the amount of $5,000. I'm going to find no PC for count four and release you on your own recognizance as to that count. Condition that bond should not possess, consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You as well do not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and you do not have no contact with any victims or witnesses from that case.
Your Honor, is there a way to reduce what would be count two in that case to a subsidiary? Again, it's a
I think I already said count, which in that case, I think I said it at 100, didn't I?
No, in the case you're, okay, so that would be.
It was 1,100.
Yeah, it would be the.
Stay the bond at 5,000, and then ROR to mess the other account.
And then I guess it would be count one in this current case, 7282, if you could consider that a subsidiary.
The grand theft motor vehicle? You talking the grand, which case? The 7262?
7282.
7282.
Believe
His
you
bonds
said
are $1,000 account one, $100 is account two. I stayed the bond at 5,000 account three, and I ROR'd him as account four.
So you wouldn't consider the reckless driving a subsidiary charge?
Now it's a hit and run. That's not lesser included offense.
It's just the monetary issues for our client. He wouldn't be able to afford it on this amount. I was having you consider any subsidiary issues as lowering the bond.
Okay. All right, sir. Have a great day. Can that affidavit go in both cases? New affidavit, I put it in the back. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Thomas Fouts.
Mr. Fouts, you're here in case 2021 MM 4278 AO on a charge of petty theft. That is the court did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $1,000. I was trying to figure, you say he's on probation. Is that correct?
Yes. Misdemeanor probation.
I was just trying to figure out how he's on misdemeanor probation from April 15th, 2020 to January 30th of 2022. Because the charge he went to prison for or, seems to be a burglary, not a trespass. All right, while he looks at that. All right, court's going to set your bond, sir, in this case, amount of $1,000. Condition your bond that you do not return to the scene of the location. You had no contact with any victims or witnesses from this case. You're out on bond in case 2021 MM 1758 AO on a charge of petty theft of $100 or more. Court's going to, so you're out on ROR, I apologize. You're going, of course, going to revoke that ROR, set a new bond at $0 in that case. Condition that bond that you not have no contact with any victims or witnesses from that case, and no return to the scene.
Maybe they lowered the offense.
Yeah, but you can't be on probation for longer than a year. You end up, so. All right, so I'm not gonna take any action on your probation case, because I'm not sure if you're still on probation. Or whether you legally should still be on probation state. You got any information?
No, we are.
Say, I'm asking again?
We do not have any other information on whether or not he's still on probation.
All right. And you agree that he was sentenced to probation on April 15th of 2020?
I don't know the answer to that, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm not gonna take any action on your probation case, but that may happen. And your probation officer may take action against you. All right, have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jordan Hinkle.
Jordan Hinckley. Mr. Hinckley, you're here in case 2021 MM 4282AO on a charge of petty theft. They reviewed a charging affidavit in this case. They find probable cause for your arrest. Say it was an offer you conveyed for Mr. Hinckley?
There was no offer, Your Honor.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, was there an offer for Mr. Hinckley?
No, Your Honor. I think that was an enhanceable offense.
All right, sir, I'm gonna stay your bond in this case amount of, almost actually gonna set your bond in this case amount of $500. Condition your bond is you not return to the scene of the location, not have any contact with any victims or witnesses, or appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Shaquanda Deshay Lockhart.
Ms. Lockhart, you're here in case 2021 MM 126AE on charge of battery and trespass in occupied structure. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest.
No.
I'm going to stay your bonds as set in this case, amount of $500 on each count. Condition your bond that you had no contact with any victims or witnesses. In this case, you maintain a separate residence from those victims. I give you a one-time return to retrieve any personal items you have at the location with law enforcement. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. Maybe out on bond in case 2021 CF 5440AO.
Say there's no objection to revoking that bond and setting a new bond, Your Honor.
You can set a different monetary amount, Your Honor.
Can you give me a little facts about this Berg dwelling? That's the only thing I'm concerned about, really.
And, Your Honor, they only filed on the burglary of dwelling charge.
So there's only one count burglary of a dwelling?
Correct. On 510, defendant who was trespassing on home victims was spotted inside of it. In order to leave, she did not on 2 separate occasions. On the 3rd occasion, police were called and responded to the scene. Law enforcement spotted the defendant inside the home and ordered her to leave. She refused to do so and blocked her point of entry, a broken side door that otherwise could not be secured. Despite repeated orders to leave, she refused to leave.
All right, ma'am, in case 2021 CF 5440AO, the court's going to revoke that bond in that case based on the probable cause of termination that you committed a new law offense while out on release in that case. I'm going to set a new bond at $0 in that case. Condition that bond, no contact with any victims or witnesses, no return to the scene of the location. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on the other charges They're listed here: resisting officer without violence and trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance.
Judge, can I say something to you?
You want to talk to your attorney first, and then okay.
What I'm trying
I
to.
was going to say everything you tell me is on the record.
Okay, I don't care about it. What
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to you is that I got kids at home, and I keep coming to jail because of the same police department keep arresting me. As you can see, when I just paid my $700 bond to get out on the 18th, not even 3 days later, they come back arrest me just because me and the chief had sexual contact with each other at his home, and I let it be known once after the fact. So Enville Police Department would come arrest me for any little thing, and it's messed up because every time I keep coming to jail, I'm worrying about DCF messing with me and trying to take my kids away just because of the BS, and I'm sick of it. Even with this battery, I have not touched nobody. The witness even say he didn't even see me touch nobody. But just because it's me, they'll come and harass me. And I'm tired. I'm tired of it. And it's like, what can I do but keep coming to jail, keep coming to jail, keep coming to jail, and I can't even get no bond, or you revoking my bond, which is kind of messed up because here it is, my 4 kids at home, and like, now DCF finna come into the picture. And I have not even did nothing wrong, period.
Okay.
I just left doing 2 months and a half here. So why would I wait 48 hours to come back here away from my kids? That don't make sense. And it's like I keep getting punished for nothing. And I'm not even doing nothing wrong. But just because I told the chief no, I would not have sex with him no more, I keep coming to jail for BS. And I'm tired of it.
All right, ma'am. You can work with your public defender, and you have a great day. Yeah, because I guess they only filed on one charge. That's what, was that correct? Say you only filed on one charge?
Correct.
Yep, burglary of dwelling, so. I don't want her to be, it goes to bond here, and I want to make sure she's not held on some phantom case charge that was never filed on. All right, Catherine, sir, can you tell me your name?
Kevin Rodriguez.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, you're here in case 2021 MM4280AO on charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. Say it's a case you're taking action on.
They filed no information.
All right, sir, so you're going to be released on your own recognizance as to this charge. Have a great day. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. I get all messed up, weird. It's like stuck to that. I don't know. I think I still. Correct. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, why do I have separate things for him? Yeah, two affidavits, or somebody else's affidavit? Okay. All right. All right, this case 2020 MM7311AO. These are represented by the public defender's office.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, so the failure to appear warrant, the bond is $2,000. Bond's going to remain at $2,000. Spanish or something? No. Where did this come from?
Mr. Alderman, the Office of Withhold Credit Time, sir.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to figure out how they get over here. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Aaron Alderman.
I can't hear you.
Aaron Alderman.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2017 CO 874AO on a failure to appear warrant for underlying charge of solicitation without a permit. I believe the state is offering adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and offer you want to accept today.
I believe it's a withhold.
Is it withhold of credit time served? It's a withhold adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and offer you want to accept today.
I did speak with Mr. Alderman in the back. We went over the terms of the deal as well as the repercussions of entering a plea, and I believe he does want to enter a plea, Your Honor.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you put your hand down. Sir, you're here in case 2017 CO 874 AO on charge of solicitation without a permit. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, and medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
So I did have an opportunity to look at your case file when I was in chambers this afternoon. I did find a probable cause for your, factual basis for your plea. I accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Withhold adjudication of guilt. I give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs in this case are $223. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Are we appointed in the underlying case, Your Honor?
Say again?
Are we appointed in the underlying case, the 17847 case?
The 2017 case?
Well, the failure to appear goes to the 2017 case. If not, I spoke with Mr. Alderman as a friend of the court, but if we are appointed, I do need to attest to that.
I didn't have an application. Do I have an application for him? Yeah, I do. I think he's asking that I appoint him to the case. I was gonna try to save Mr. Alderman an extra $100 there. That's, yeah.
Well, I know well, I didn't know if we were already appointed to the case. That's why I was asking.
I don't think so. That's why
Okay.
I looked at the case. I remember I went and looked at the case to make sure, to see if you guys were appointed.
Then I just spoke to him as a friend of the court, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Angelicia Almonte.
Ms. Almonte, you're here in case 2012 MM 9387 AO on a charge of, for failure to appear. The underlying charge is petty theft. State was an offer.
Withhold credit for time served, no return.
All right. Ms. Altman, the state's offering a withhold adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and offer you want to accept today?
Your Honor, it's a 9-year-old case that she just needs to deal with, I believe, in front of a judge, so we would just have you set a bond condition.
The bond is $500. Have a great day.
Would like to rein into this accepting a withhold and credit for time served will not be the offer downtown.
Just a moment, Your Honor, I'll show her a plea form.
All right. All right, step back, Ms. Almonte. We're gonna keep going while Mr. Brands reviews a plea form with you. This 2021 MM 714 AO. Mr. Barlow want to appoint a public defender to represent him. Or what's it? Does he need like a day? All right, we're gonna reset him for tomorrow, see if we can resolve his county ordinance case. Yeah, his behavior is just not happy to see us today. So hopefully he'll be feeling better tomorrow. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
John Kalen.
Mr. Kalen, you're here in case 2021 MO 715 AO for charges of disorderly conduct. Did review the charging affidavit, did find a probable cause for your arrest. I believe the city's offering a withhold adjudication of guilt and court costs to resolve your case. Is that something you want to do today?
Yeah, I spoke to Mr. Kalen in the back as a friend of the court, Your Honor, and I believe we came to the conclusion that he would like to enter a plea today.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're gonna give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MO 715 AO. That charge of disorderly conduct, that's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that? The maximum penalties are 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that? Did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest, Your Honor.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights that on that plea form that you went over earlier? I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, medication?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did review the charging affidavit, did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. It's 2 days, right?
Yes.
All right. The court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are, the court costs in this case are $223. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Amante, you ready? All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Tell me your name one more time.
Angelisha Almonte.
Ma'am, we're here in case 2012 MM 9387AO on a charge of petty theft. That is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is Jane in a plea still?
I believe so, Your Honor. She would like to enter a plea.
All right, so I'm about to raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. What plea you want to enter on your behalf? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights on that plea form that you went over?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review your case while I was in my chambers this afternoon, so I did find the factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt. Give you credit for Ms. Davis, lost Ms. Davis. 2 days in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs of prosecution in this case are $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. You have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
I spoke with her as a friend of the court, Your Honor. If we're not appointed.
All right, you think he's gonna be up to speaking us? All right. This case 2021 MO 716AO. Mr. Payton, we're gonna reset him for tomorrow, see if he's feeling better and wants to talk to us. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Robert Alston.
Mr. Austin, you're here in case 2021 CT. I can't read your handwriting. (4514AO) are in charge of no valid driver's license. You're also here in case 2021 MM 4262AO on charge of resisting officer without violence. State as to the no valid driver's license. They're finding probable cause there. Unless I'm not seeing, unless you're seeing something I'm not seeing.
No objection to RORs that count. The offers a withhold credit time served.
As to both charges or just the?
That's both.
Well, it's up to you, Mr. Austin. The officer from the state of Florida withhold adjudication and guilt, credit time served. The question is, I don't know if I can take a plea on a case where.
The ROR to the no valid.
Okay.
And then just do the withhold on to the resisting.
All right. Mr. Monte, do you want to resolve one of the charges, or you want to reserve and wait to resolve both cases at the same time?
We can reserve one of the charges.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matters the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you can put your hand down. You're hearing case 2021 MM 4262AO on charge of resisting officer without violence. That is a first-degree misdemeanor, is punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're gonna waive all the rights on this plea form that I'm looking at right now. This is your plea form. You understand you're waiving all those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did review your charging affidavit, did find factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm gonna withhold adjudication of guilt and give you credit for 2 days. 2 days in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs, the cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. As the case 2021 CT 4514AO, the court's going to find no probable cause for that charge, release you on your own recognizances. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
No, I spoke to Mr. Austin as a friend of the court, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. No. Yeah, I'll give them a public defender on that case, just in case they come back and file on it. Yeah, on the traffic case. All right. Okay.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
There we go. Good afternoon, counsel. Can you put your name on the record?
Yes, Joseph Flynn.
Say it again. Can you say it again, counsel?
Joseph Flynn.
All right. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
William Larson.
Mr. Larson, you're here in case 2020 CF 11716AO on a violation of probation warrant. The judge signed your warrant in this case. Set your bond at $0. Mr. Flynn is going to be representing you in this case. Sir, you're a violent felony offender of special concern. Not going to be entitled to release on this case until your violation of probation is completed. Mr. Flynn, did you want to put anything on the record before?
No, Your Honor, I just would say that we do have an in-jail arraignment, I think, on Thursday before Judge Lattimore, so I'll be down there Thursday for that.
All right. All right, keep in contact with your attorney, Mr. Larson, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a great day, Mr. Flynn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah, we gotta make sure my TV's on down here. 'Cause I thought it was on, and then I turned around like it didn't show up.
Yeah.
And I talked to AV. I'll talk to AV about it. I won't feel rude to you all by turning my back to you. Can't see. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gabriel Paez.
Mr. Paez, you're here in two matters. The first one is 2021 2020 MM 3433 AO for failure to appear. The judge set your bond in that case amount of $500. You're also here in 2019 CF 17546 AO for violation of probation. Judge set your bond in that case amount of $0. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in both cases. You have a great day, sir. Yeah, any interpreter cases?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Pius' second case, the failure to appear, the state followed no process.
All right, well, I guess so. I mean, the case is closed, so the bond, everything should be gone. I'll ROR him, that makes it clear for everybody. Not gonna hold him on the case that's not filed. All right, can you tell me your name, sir? Mr. Rubin, you're here in case 2020 CF 3305 AO for violation of probation. This is on view violation, correct, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, just.
All right, based on that on view affidavit filed by probation, the court did find probable cause. I'm going to set your bond in that case amount of $0. Sir, you're a violent felony offender of special concern. You're not going to be entitled to release on your case until your violation of probation is completed. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Nevacia Ellison.
Ms. Ellison, you're here for an out-of-county warrant case from Osceola County in case 2021 CF 1297. In that case, the judge set your bond at $0. Your bonds will remain at $0 in that case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. There are also conditions of your bond that you have no contact with the victim, not return to the victim's residence, and not possessing weapons or firearms. I'll give you 24 hours to turn any weapons or firearms over to law enforcement after you are released on this case. You have a great day, ma'am. I gave it to public defender, right?
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Gonzalez, you're here in two Seminole County cases. One Seminole County case, 2021 CF 212A. The judge in Seminole County set your bond at none on this violation of probation in this case. I believe you two, sir, are a violent felony offender of special concern. You're not going to be entitled to release on this case until your violation of probation is completed. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you to get you over to Seminole County. You have a great day, sir. Thank you.
Sterling bonded, Your Honor. Come on.
All right, Sterling bonded. All righty. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me your name, please?
Ana Rosa Balos. I need translation.
Ms. Is it Velos? Is it Velo? Velos. All right, Ms. Velos, you're here for an out-of-county warrant from Volusia County in case 2018 CF 106009. The judge in Volusia County set your bond at $0. Your bonds will remain at $0. Case number may be 2018 MM 106009. And we're going to get you over to Volusia County as soon as we can. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody.
Your Honor, I believe she needs a Spanish interpreter.
All right.
Please.
Good afternoon. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in today.
All right. Ms. Romero, thank you for connecting with me. I am here in the BRC I have a defendant with the headsets on. Can you see if you can make a connection?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment.
All right. Is that better, Ms.
Yes.
Veloz? All right.
Yes.
All right. Tell me your name one more time for the record.
Ana Rosa Veloz Acosta.
All right. Ma'am, you're here from out of county warrant from Volusia County. I believe in case 2018 MM 106009. The judge in Volusia County set your bond at $0. Your bond's gonna remain at $0. We're gonna get you to Volusia County as soon as we can. We're gonna appoint the public defender to represent you, so you have an attorney while you're here in my custody. You have a great day, ma'am. Sage, you already, oh, sorry. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
Oh, you're welcome, Your Honor.
Sage, you already take action on this next case?
What's the next case?
McQuaid? Yep. Hold on one second, I'm trying to,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right.
Filed no information on this case.
All right, sir, tell me your name one more time.
Marcus Lester, this is not.
Say again?
I had Daniel McQuay's ID when I got arrested, and this is not me. This is not mine. Like, Daniel McQuay is not arrested. It's not him.
Okay. And what's your name then? Tell me what's your name? Marcus Lester?
Yes, sir.
Can you spell your last name?
Lester.
Is Marcus spelled like common, like Marcus? All right. All right.
Do they have a moment, Your Honor?
You want to add that to the order?
They have Lester as an alias.
Yeah, I know. So I see L as a, but I'm gonna make sure the order says it. So we don't all these random issues that come up. Yeah, it's already written on there. All right, Mr. Lester, you're arrested on charges of 2021 MM 2552AA on charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. The state filed no information, so I want to release you on your own recognizance. You have a great day, sir.
Sure.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Misty Hall.
Ms. Hall, you're here in case 2021 CF 7362 AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. State, what can you tell me about these prior domestic violence cases?
The 2019 CF 15592 that was no billed in December of 2019. It's the same alleged victim. At that point, the victim was unwilling to prosecute. In the 2019 5726 case, same victim. Victim was unwilling to prosecute. That was dismissed in May of 2019. And then in the 2005 case,
Okay. All right, Ms. Hall, as to count one, this case, of course, is going to set your bond amount of $5,000. Count two, going to set your bond amount of $2,500. Conditioning your bond, you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be determined with law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Sorry, State, you asking for any other conditions?
no, Your Honor.
Let me make sure something. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, ma'am. You have a great day. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Jonathan Santos, sir.
Mr. Santos, you're here in case 2021 CF 7372 AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $3,500. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return if you have a shared residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be determined with law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Stay, are you asking for any other conditions? All right, you got any questions about the no contact order, sir?
Would I be able to see my daughter still?
Do you have a a time-sharing plan in place?
I'm sorry?
Are you married to this person, the victim in this case?
Legally, no.
All right, do you have were you time-sharing? The judge entered a time-sharing, child support, are you paying child support?
We live together. I've always supported my daughter, Your Honor.
All right. Did you sign the birth certificate? All right. Well, I need the victim here to like fully flesh that out, but you need to get in front of your division judge to make sure you understand what's going on.
I believe he can have contact with the child as long as he has no contact with the victim.
Yeah, but usually it involves setting up some kind of third party.
We don't know how old the child is. The child can reach out, or the grandmother reaches out.
How old is the child?
She's 2, Your Honor.
That's what I'm
Or if a grandmother reaches out, then he would still be allowed to have contact with the child, Your Honor. He just wouldn't be allowed to have contact with the victim. He can't initiate it.
Correct.
If that child reaches out, then he's obviously allowed to have contact with the child.
I don't think the 2-year-old's gonna be reaching out, but if there is a grandmother, some other person that the child's gonna stay at, is a third party. That's what I'm saying. There gotta be some kind of third party supervision or transfer. So we can work with your lawyer and get that set up, and then the judge can always modify those conditions so you can make sure you're still supporting your children, all right? But still, the baby still needs what they need, and they still need diapers, pull-ups, or whatever they're doing. So all those kind of things need to be done. Drop them off at grandma's house. Make sure that baby still has what they need. Yes, ma'am.
I would object to that order, Your Honor, as we discussed last week. I believe it should.
Okay.
Any financial orders.
It's not a financial order. I'm ordering him to, if the baby needs whatever they need, he needs to continue to be a father to that child.
That request would come from the person he's not supposed to have contact with. And
That's
so-
his legal obligation.
I understand, but I
under the
believe that-
law.
I would
So
still
it's all-
object, Your Honor.
All right. Yep. I don't want to set that up because I don't have names, addresses. I don't want to be that's something that I need, obviously, and the victim I need to have their input as to that. I didn't order it because I don't have any victim testimony. You only do that when the victim's here. They can give me more information. They can tell me they have a shared bank account. They have X, Y, and Z, and I can, structure some kind of plan until you can get in front of the division judge. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Olivia Marie Bolden.
Ms. Bolden, you're here in case 2021 MM 4287 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest.
Your Honor, she does otherwise qualify for PTR and no criminal history.
Okay. All right, ma'am, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. If you have a shared residence, I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you may have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be determined with law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. If you still have a question, you should ask Mr. Branson before you talk to me, okay?
Your Honor, she does have family in another state that she would stay with during this case, if you would allow her to do that.
I need an address. I need to know where you're going.
Yes, the address is in Fountain, Colorado. It's 1094 Clogger Lane, Fountain, Colorado. Zip code is 80817.
All right, I allow you to stay in Colorado leave the state of Florida to stay in Colorado during the course of your pretrial release in this case. But I'm gonna tell you this, don't violate my orders in Colorado. Because you violate my orders in Colorado, they arrest you. You're gonna be put on a little bus, sent back to Florida. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
I'm getting lost. This is too fast. The next person. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM4290AO on a charge of battery dating violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Sir, can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Mark Emilian, Emilien.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, can you tell me how you know, is it Messador? All right, can you tell me how you know Miss Messador?
We went to school together in Job Corps in Miami.
I can't say it, slow down.
We went to school together in Miami.
All right, are you guys dating?
Yes, we are 7 years.
All right. And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes, and also I'd like to make bond and drop the charges. And
Answer one question at a time.
All right.
You want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes, I would like contact with her.
Are you afraid of her?
No, I'm not.
Has there been any prior instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
This is the first time it happened in our relationship in 7 years.
Did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
No, sir.
Say you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rance.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Messador, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. I'm going to order that you have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. No hostile contact means this. You're allowed to have disagreements with him. Well, you're allowed to be upset with him that he left the toilet seat up, made a mess that he didn't want to clean up, or they're generally treating you in a way that you want to be treated. However, those disagreements cannot turn violent. They cannot turn threatening. There can be no abusive language used. Because if he calls law enforcement, or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing calls law enforcement, you will be arrested. You will spend the remaining of your time here with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that? You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Caroline Stevens.
Ms. Stevens, you're here in case 2021 MM4289AO on charge of battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. PTR. Oh, it's out on bond case, okay. All right, ma'am, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,500. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return if you left anything at that residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You may want to get that demon you got in your possession under control. You understand that? Yes. Have a great day. All right, this is case 2021 MM 4291AO. Does he speak Chinese or Mandarin? Does he speak English and that's why he's refusing?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be.
You like.
Seems like this whole case was in Mandarin, so I just want to make sure somebody was able to communicate to him clearly what was going on. All right, this case 2021 MM 4291AO. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mrs. Yang.
We'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, the court did review the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for his arrest as to both charges of battery, domestic violence. I'm going to set his bonds in each count an amount of $1,500. Condition of his bond, he had no contact with the victim. He needs to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I give him one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items he has at the shared residence. He may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. And do we have the Mandarin no contact order? I just want to make sure that the one that we gonna provide to him is the one in Mandarin. Yes. All right. All right. Okay. All right, I'm out of cases, so. Okay. I have Lopez Colon next. All right. And this is Mr. Toro, Mr. Omar Toro. Anybody have a face sheet for him? Take a look at. All right, sir, tell me your name one more time.
Omar Toro.
Mr. Toro, you're here in case 2020 CF 11473AO for a failure to appear. The judge in that case set your bond in the amount of $250 on count 1 and $50 on count 2. I think I had a face sheet. You might know what happened to mine. That's some stuff. Okay. You're also here in case 2021 CF1. Ms. Davis, you got your sheet back. I'm sorry. Apologize, Madam Clerk is hiding my paperwork from me up here. You're also here in case 2021 CF1884 on charge of possession of synthetic cannabis. I did review that charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bond in that case amount of $1,000. Condition your bond, you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You not return to the scene of the location where you were arrested, and you do not associate with any known drug dealers or drug users. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in your cases. You have a great day, sir. All right, talk to Ms. Your turn. What's going on? Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have anything else I forgot that I missed?
No, Your Honor.
I'm good with Madam Clerk. All right, Ms. Branch, you got anything?